From day one of this game's launch, it was pretty apparent that Elden Ring was going to be a massive success, both critically and commercially. I mean, just looking at Steam numbers, you can see that the all-time peak concurrent players is sitting at almost 1 million players. And this is also one of those rare cases where after the game's launch, for a moment, the numbers actually increased. The following weekend after launch, we saw the numbers rise up to that almost 1 million peak concurrent players figure from the launch's 800,000. And of course, now we're seeing a downwards trend, which is natural for one of these games that you can actually beat. But even today, we're looking at concurrent players that are averaging 100,000 players, which is pretty damn impressive given that it's been 2.5 months since the game's launch. This game just has such long legs, it's kind of crazy. Now, no doubt plenty of people want to know specific figures, exactly how many units has this game sold and how is it comparing to other top-selling titles this year. Well, we've got some of that information. This is a report from news outlet WCCF Tech that discusses some of the data shared by Bandai Namco in a recent financial briefing, and it is doing extremely well. Elden Ring shipments had reached 13.4 million units as of March 31st. Keep in mind that it's May 14th right now, so there's still a month and a half worth of sales that's still unaccounted for. This is just up to March 31st, which is just a month after the game's launch. In 1 month, the game shipped 13.4 million units. Now, WCCF Tech notes here that there is a difference between ship units sent to retailers and sold units purchased by customers, but keep in mind that it was announced by Bandai Namco on March 16th that it had sold 12 million units globally, with an additional 1.4 million units increase in the 2 weeks since March 16th. So I can't imagine the number of shipped units being too different from the number of sold units. Even Bandai Namco didn't expect the level of success for this game. They thought it was going to be fairly successful, but they didn't expect 13.4 million units shipped in just a month. In fact, according to Tweaktown's reporting of Bandai Namco's latest financial briefing, 13.4 million, that beats Bandai Namco's own forecast by 235%. Bandai Namco's initial expectation was that Elden Ring would sell roughly 4 million units by March 31st, but obviously that number was a very low ball compared to the actual results, and that led the company's net digital game sales revenues reaching $3.1 billion. They profited handsomely from the release of this incredible title. These numbers look even more impressive when compared to other top sellers this year, namely Call of Duty. Call of Duty is one of the hardest games to beat when it comes to sales. Every year, Call of Duty tends to sell gangbusters. Now, to be fair, this year did mark the release of Call of Duty Vanguard, which is among the worst selling Call of Duty games, but even then, it did sell millions and millions of units, and it's still one of the top selling games this year. But Elden Ring managed to outdo Call of Duty in less time than Call of Duty has been on sale. So here's Matt Piscatella, who reported on the latest US NPD premium games data, and here's what he tweeted. Elden Ring was the second best-selling title of April 2022. Elden Ring remains the best-selling game of 2022 year-to-date and has surpassed Call of Duty Vanguard to become the best-selling premium game of the trailing 12-month period ending April of 2022. Keep in mind that Call of Duty Vanguard launched back in November 5th, 2021, which essentially gave Call of Duty Vanguard a 4-month lead, not to mention that the game launched during the holiday season, and yet Elden Ring, in a much shorter amount of time, managed to beat Call of Duty Vanguard sales. As Benji Sales put it, via NPD, Elden Ring has now outsold Call of Duty Vanguard in the United States. It has become the best-selling title over the last 12-month period, despite only having 3 months of tracking. The game continues to be a truly colossal hit. We are talking about a non-live service, single-player action-adventure game with multiplayer components that's outselling a Call of Duty live service. And already we're seeing plenty of headlines like Forbes here, NPD Elden Ring has now outsold Call of Duty Vanguard, and scrolling down you'll find some additional details. 2 months of Elden Ring has outsold 6 months of Call of Duty Vanguard in the US, and already Elden Ring sales alone has reached half the lifetime sales of the entire Dark Souls trilogy. Now, how this happened is abundantly clear to me. Elden Ring is simply just an incredible game. Word of mouth spread and people just couldn't resist checking this game out, and most of the people who did really enjoyed their time with this game. Sure, it's not necessarily for everyone. It's still, quite punishing and all that, but for the people who did kind of spend a lot of time with this game, many will agree that this is without question one of the best video games ever created. Now, Activision will have you believe that the reason Call of Duty Vanguard undersold is because no one wanted a World War II game, and VG247 provides an apt response to that in the sub-headline, "No, don't blame the game's quality or the controversy around the publisher or the Warzone focus. It was World War II that was the problem." Obviously. Now look, that's not to say that more modern boots-on-the-ground Call of Duty games don't tend to sell more than World War II-based Call of Duty games, but at the same time, it's like Vanguard could have easily sold more units if the quality was more up to par, if the controversy surrounding the publisher didn't ruin its image, or if Warzone wasn't more of a focus. There are plenty of factors that contributed to Call of Duty Vanguard selling a lot less than it could have, other than the World War II setting. The specific quote that Activision provided was, "While Call of Duty remains one of the most successful entertainment franchises of all time, our 2021 premium release didn't meet our expectations. It still sold millions and millions of units, but by Call of Duty standards, Call of Duty Vanguard sold significantly less than past Call of Duty titles. We believe primarily due to our execution, Vanguard's World War II setting didn't resonate with some of our community, and we didn't deliver as much innovation in the premium game as we would have liked." At least they do admit the lack of innovation. Call of Duty Vanguard just didn't really do enough to stand out from the pack of other World War II first-person shooters that have released in years prior. In fact, plenty of people will say that World at War was probably a better World War II Call of Duty game than this one. Obviously, that's subjective, but Vanguard just really didn't hit the right notes with plenty of people. And the end result was that data showed that this Call of Duty sales were down compared to past titles. In the UK, for example, Call of Duty launch sales down 40% year on year. Call of Duty Vanguard's launch sales in the UK are down 40% over last year's game, the latest GSD data shows. And then Video Games Chronicle's article actually went deeper with their sources relaying that Vanguard was Call of Duty's worst UK launch in 14 years. Only the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the first game that really kicked Call of Duty into the stratosphere of mass success, sold worse than Vanguard. Scrolling down, you'll find additional details. Video Games Chronicle's own sources suggest that Vanguard was actually Call of Duty's lowest performing launch in 14 years. Only the original Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the game that kicked off the modern era of Call of Duty in 2007, sold fewer copies during its opening week. Sales data seen by VGC suggests. So yeah, Call of Duty Vanguard underselling did help Elden Ring surpass Call of Duty more easily. It's worth noting that if we look at the lifetime sales of some of past Call of Duty titles, we're looking at, for example, Call of Duty Black Ops lifetime sales of almost 31 million units. Call of Duty Black Ops was a game that launched back on November 9th, 2010, and 9 months later, by August 2011, this game had sold more than 25 million copies. Now the question remains, can Elden Ring keep up pace enough that it can eventually reach 20, 30 million copies a year down the line? Can it outpace some of the better performing Call of Duty titles? It's hard to say for sure. That's definitely going to be a more difficult endeavor, but you never know because Elden Ring has proven to be such a phenomena, and there is also the matter of DLC coming out for this game that may potentially boost the game sales further, depending on the quality of the DLCs and how much buzz they generate, and you can bet your butt that they are working on DLC for Elden Ring. Previous Soulsborne games have had DLCs, but especially with Elden Ring's massive success, they're definitely going to want to make DLC for a game whose potential is still not fully tapped, honestly. There are like parts of the map that are clearly blocked out to be sort of additional map segments for future content, and who knows what that content will bring to the table. And yeah, I'd be very curious to see whether a year or two from now, Elden Ring can reach numbers that are in the 20 millions or the 30 millions. But even if it doesn't end up outpacing or outselling some of the better selling Call of Duty titles, it doesn't change the fact that Elden Ring is selling a ridiculous number of copies for a mostly single player experience for a non-live service experience, and it surpassing a Call of Duty game is still no easy feat. Call of Duty Vanguard is still the second best-selling game in the trailing 12-month period ending April of 2022, so let's not discount this rather monumental achievement for this genre of games. This is plain and simply the result of years of building a loyal fan base through consistent releases of high-quality games that are very much their own brand, fostering this loyal audience base, and then just knocking it out of the park with years of experience culminating in Elden Ring, which is their magnum opus. I have faith that they can continue to just keep this ball rolling. I certainly wish them the best with future endeavors, and I hope that they'll continue to, just be who they are, which is a developer that has some of the most creative visions for a video game in the realm of dark fantasy / Lovecraftian, and to be able to continue to provide challenging yet rewarding gameplay that will have people just talking for years to come, that will have people discovering secrets months later, that will just keep the discourse going. The Elden Ring discourse has it's some of the most long-lasting social media forums discourse that I've ever seen for a video game of this nature, for especially a non-live service. It's just great to see Elden Ring succeed to this level, because this is proof that you don't need to make everything a live service to thrive in this business. If you make a high quality experience, something that just surpasses expectations and something that sets a new standard that everyone will want to follow, if you become that kind of genre leader, that industry leader as a game maker, the game will thrive to this level because it's irresistibly good. It's not a matter of is it a live service or not. It's a matter of just how high quality and boundary pushing is your game in a landscape where so many video games are chasing trends and becoming complacent with their design. Well, at the very least, that's one man's take on Elden Ring's success. I'm very happy to see it, and it's all very much well-deserved. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions are on all of this, and to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.